This is 100% improv. We're just doing it live. So none of this is scripted. Let's go.
Alright, so I think this is pre-takeoff, because this wouldn't be too long after we actually touched upon Horus, but, well, not Horus, but I'll get to that. So, yeah. Isadora, I guess, knocks on Diafault's door. These things have doorbells?
They have doorbells, but you can also knock. There's like a little panel over the door that you can press that makes like a soft chime.
Yeah, soft chime. Here we go.
Diafault gets up and answers the door and smiles upon seeing you. Ah, Isadora. She's elated. Isadora is coming to play nice. Maybe this is it. I did it. I'm going to make her a real hex girl yet. She steps aside and makes like a very like elaborate, bow and hands in kind of, my lady, madam, like as if you're royalty to, enter my demence, right?
Yeah, Isadora probably just looks around for a seat and, waits to be motioned to it.
Yeah, Default's room is just so saccharinely like K-pop, J-pop idol. It's like pink and soft and fluffy, and like there's just all sorts of like K-pop posters and just all like it's all just like I don't even know how to. If you've ever seen like a room of like a K-pop idol, like right, you remember like what's her name? Poppy's whole domain in Xaid.
Yeah.
It's basically that. Right?
As close to literally in a rhythm game as you could possibly get.
Yes. Her bed is like a big full-size bed. We all have a big full-size bed, by the way. And it's just covered in plushies of varying sizes and creatures. Like there's bears and, owls and pigs, and I'm just making Henshin references at this point. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuffed animals of various sizes, big and small, on that bed. There's just barely enough room for her amongst all those all the stuffed animals. That's how many there are. And there's like a couple comfortable chairs and like a lounging area. So she'll gesture over to that. But I just wanted to describe her room.
Isadora's attention is definitely taken by the stuffed animals, and then she sits down. There's like a small one next to the seat. She just looks over to it and nods.
Yep. It's a ferret. We'll do it. It's right there. It's green. We're gonna make the reference. Default
right.
will just like sit across from you. She doesn't want to join you. That's a bit too personal, but she will sit across from you and like give you her full attention.
So Isadora takes out, well, I guess it wouldn't be papers. She opens up files. I'm guessing all these suits just have like a wrist screen that you can just pull up images from.
Sure, we can make that canon. We're both GMs. We have all the power here.
It's our power. It is so.
Whatever we say is canon now. Sorry, go on.
I think it was better when you were two people. Anyway, so yeah, she brings up various documents and sends them over to Diafault. Right, so I've been doing a bit of digging into your strange contacts. It's hard to find that one in particular. He seems to change addresses frequently, but I've actually been doing a little bit of research on the side as well. The Kobold you were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you actually looked up? Like, you actually looked into it. Not that I didn't think you would, but I didn't think you'd get it to me this fast. Thank you. Wow. That's great. Do you want something to drink? And also, let me look through this. Also, we don't know this dude is a dude. They, could be anything. But yeah, do you want like some Mountain Dew? I've got all sorts of flavors here. I got Code Red. That's like my, it's good. I got the regular. I've got this mango flavored lightning. I got like.
I think if you offered me a bag of sugar, it would be less. So I'm quite fine. Yes.
She she had opened up a mini fridge and was actually going through but she closes it and sits back and starts going through what you were saying as you talk to her. Sorry, or starts going through what you sent her as you talk to her.
So, the Kobold is not often heard around Overture, and to be honest, even outside of Overture, I've not heard the name frequently. However, there is a major company, well, major is a strange thing to say about them, but regardless, it's not homebrew. The Kobold design belongs to an organization named Horus. They are considered a fourth amongst the major mech manufacturers. They're not, however, as prominent, nor do they operate under most usual rules that any companies follow.
Huh. Okay. So this thing potentially has all kinds of technically and sometimes not even technically, just overtly illegal, could potentially have a lot of legal stuff on it, is what you're saying.
It would seem likely that it's illegal. They do get used. It's hard to cross-check this information. Part of what I understand is typically Horus operates.
Isadora, would getting in this bad boy to get me banned off Twitch?
I don't think so.
Okay, keep going then. You gotta make. Okay. She's look at where her priorities are. I love her. She's so bad. Go on.
So typically Horus operates around the OmniNet. Of course, we're not connected to the OmniNet, so Horus isn't particularly involved in anything we do here in Overture. There have been some sightings, though, here and there. I've not found anything concrete in that respect, though, just blurry photographs, hearsay, and this chat room or this forum.
Interesting. I see.
That is all to say that your mysterious informant's behavior more or less falls in line with the typical Horus MO. Act mysteriously and keep your tracks covered. I don't know what they could be planning, though. You said that they only got second on the poll, right, this Kobold?
Yeah, he's just, like you saw, he's just stuffing the vote to get second. I can't, I'm just gonna, at this point I'm just pretending like I have a theory, trying to make a method of his madness. He just wants me to know it exists as an option, and he wants me to pick it myself. He's not trying to force me to pick it. He wants this to be a consensual decision on my part. He just wants me to know it exists. That's my read on this.
That theory does hold water. Would you happen to have contacted this person?
Oh, yeah, I shot him a couple messages, and I guess I can share them with you, and she'll, pull up what she sent and threw them over to you, and you get the whole, log of, he sent a Ko-Fi of 42069, and she laughed and, accepted it, and just shot him a couple messages, what the deal with this, and he just came back with whatever he came back with, And then they had a bit of a chat about it, and he, where he explains you can just get this. It's complicated, but you really can. But I got you. I'll hook you up. Eventually, it takes time, right? Just basically what we role played out last session. And so she shows that to Isadora.
Availability. That's strange.
The thing that stuck out to me is he uses the word grow it, like they're plants, like my weed.
Figure that out. I suppose it would be hard to get this sort of thing here. Like I said, since Horus doesn't really operate an overture, then they wouldn't be common, but still, you'd think he would just describe it like supplying from one end of the galaxy to here, but...
Yeah.
Well, if you have any more contact with him, make sure to tell me. I have to admit I am rather curious.
Well, if you want to get in one of these suckers too, I bet they have all sorts of weird models that do all sorts of band stuff. Let me know. I'll try and hook you up too. Apparently I now have connections. That's basically what I do. I just get to have connections all the time with all things.
Well, I must admit I would be curious to analyze one of these things. Supposedly none of them are standardized, so...
Interesting.
Oh, and one more thing. It doesn't have anything to do with your Kobold, but I figured you should know, and she brings up a very staticky image. It's almost impossible to tell what anything is going on here. This is a very common sight. From what I've heard, apparently one of the models is particularly prominent around Overture. If, again, these rumors are to be believed. Now, it's hard to tell anything of what's going on, but if you look at various points, you can sort of make out a lot of drones. So, there's a possibility that there is some kind of Horus mech here in Overture. For what reason, I have no clue, but if you see a ton of drones, then it would be safe to assume you found them. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's something to keep in mind if we're digging around this Horus business.
Oh, definitely. Have you told Bryn about this?
Not yet. I plan to.
Oof, maybe no. But okay, if that's your decision, cool. He's just gonna stress about it, worry himself into knots, give us all kinds of orders we're not gonna be able to obey. But you do you.
I will consider your hesitance, but as the crew's leader, I do believe you should know, at the very least, about this thing. And she points to the staticky image again.
Oh yeah, for sure. In regards to what you're doing, if you do any further research on this, do be careful. These sound like actual people who are good at internet. So
Yeah.
don't fuck around.
But that's all part of the learning process, isn't it?
I guess it is.
I suppose I'll let you get back to your Minecraft?
Yeah, we should play together sometime. There's some fun games that we can play together that I think you would like. There's like this pilot simulator that I got. The goal is actually to crash your plane in a way that causes the most damage, and you get the most points if you cause the most damage. It's like
Isadora.
Burnout, but with planes. Which you're not going to understand, but I understand. Sorry, Isadora's reacting to this how?
Isadora just winces at the idea of just a game where conceptually you have to crash a whole lot.
Crash and do a lot of damage, yeah.
She just quickly Googles and just looks at some screenshots. Oh, thank goodness, it's at least in third person.
Yeah. No, you can slide it. What? They only did first person screenshots? No, you can put it in first person. They only did third person. You can put it in first person. Let me show you.
I do not want a heart attack. Nope.
It's funner in first person sometimes.
Isadora just leaves the room and waves as she goes.
I'll see you around, Isadora. She'll close the door and flop back onto her chair. And pick up like one of her stuffed animals. I don't know what it is. Let's say a sheep. Hug it. And I'll end the scene there. Good, we did it. All right.